Hello guys, welcome to my next YouTube video. Today I'm back on playing some of my tier 9 premium ships. This time it is Azuma tier 9 Japanese heavy cruiser or battle cruiser, and we will be playing map hotspot in the domination mode. Uh, it's some time since I played this ship. And usually it's very good HE spammer. You don't have unfortunately enough armor to tank properly, or at least be holding position, sitting idly next to the island and farming. That's not the way this ship is played. You need to be moving most of the time, and you will see what can happen when they hit you while you are not moving. And you usually want to stay at the really long range. It's a decent ship, but there are definitely better ships, the better tier 9 cruisers available. So, for example, I think Alaska Aegir, I like those two ships way better than Azuma, but it's still quite solid ship, and you can deal a lot of damage, as you can see in this game.
Support the allied target.
I spawned in the beginning on the right side, so I decided, okay, I will stay here. We had only one destroyer, right? We had only one destroyer on each team. Our destroyer went to the left side, so I decided, okay, we will anyway stay on the right side, so we don't have any spotting. But I'm just hoping that the enemy destroyer will go to opposite side too. So to delta side, because then we can be a little bit more aggressive here. So right now nothing happening, and we now see booster detected, right? Immediately booster detected. I'm immediately trying to sail away, kite away, not give the full broadside. I'm still turning, and now I will be focusing the booster, because that's what we want to do. We want to get rid first. It's a radar cruiser, right? It's squishy cruiser. And I know that I'm looking right now at the Jean Bart, always at the Jean Bart, because I was giving a lot of broadside to Jean Bart. I will be still focusing the booster. I loaded AP because I thought the booster might actually start turning away, but then he kept nosing in. And but still, I did like 6,500 damage on the booster. Now I'm trying to kite away slowly. I'm changing the speed, and the Jean Bart, you saw that when I was not angling, fully not angling against the Jean Bart, he hit me once, and it wasn't a citadel hit. Still, he took like almost 10,000 damage. And I'm always watching who is on my flank, because they can citadel. Those warships are the most dangerous. I realized, okay, there is a Marco Polo. Against Jean Bart, I'm fully angled. Basically, I'm in strain line sailing away from him. The Marco Polo on the right side is now the bigger threat, because he was pushing, and he will be most likely focusing me, you see. Yeah, therefore we need to get rid quickly of Marco Polo. And you can see I don't have any, even though if I'm angling against the Jean Bart, I already lost like 100 points, because the Azuma isn't that tanky. Our Buffalo, which was actually spotting for us, died because he ate torpedoes, I believe, from lightning. The enemy destroyer was at Alpha, and as we can see, we actually was overpowered on the Alpha. They had so many ships here that I had to bail out and start really kiting away. I'm still trying to change speed now, like I'm accelerating, stopping, just to make it difficult for an enemy to aim at me. And I'm farming the Marco Polo, right? The Italian battleship, which is currently in the test process, right? And here you could see that was a citadel, Lucky Simo, and that was citadel from the Marco Polo. So I'm trying to finish him because I'm not that scared about the Jean Bart, but for the Marco Polo, yeah, that is a little bit different. I lost already a lot of hit points, time to more than 1 million potential damage, and scored like 53,000, or dealt 53,000 damage. And I told myself, okay, it's time to bail out. I have quite decent range, and with the spotter plane I have amazing range, right? So it's time to start trying to kite away. I wanted to hit the Minotaur, but I was not able to in the beginning, but I want to now focus the lightning and help basically our carrier, and if there is a Sasha, even help the Sasha to get rid of the lightning. Luckily I got 2 pens on him, so I was able to hit him slightly, which was really nice. And I noticed that there's a Montana also, another battleship on my flank, right? So I'm kiting away because I want my with my low hit points, I wanted to actually kite away, just save my hit points, heal up a little bit, and get into better position. I want to get behind that one island, yeah, and spam HE shells from there, because now it's time to play really safely. I don't want to waste or lose any more hit points, especially when we won the left flank and the enemy still have the number advantage on the right flank. So I sail behind the island, right? And soon I will be undetected, and I will be in the range. Slowly but surely I will get into the range of the enemy, and I noticed there is the Neptune and Minotaur in this flank, right? So I will be prioritizing those guys first, if possible. And I noticed, oh yeah, if I sell a little bit for, I still won't be won't be detected, but I will have better position to actually fight the fight in the middle, right? So, and fight with the enemies, Montana or Jarnbach, because I can lock the shells. And I noticed that there's an Aegir in the middle, and team is a little bit struggling, so I'm now focusing the Aegir, and I noticed that, oh, there's a Montana again, which she pushed in front of the island a little bit. Therefore I knew, okay, the Montana will be most likely focusing me, and I need to turn in. And I also noticed that there was a Slava down there to the south, and I wanted to angle against that Slava. and now Minotaur is pushing in, right? So I immediately swap to AP shells, and I will be focusing Minotaur. Minotaur is trying to smoke up, right? Luckily, we have Asensio who is now spotting for us, so well played to Asensio. And I swap immediately to AP shells and trying to get rid of the Minotaur. And 79 hit points left. The Minotaur, I left him with 79 hit points, and our destroyer actually finished him. So I'm using my AP salvo, which I loaded on the Montana. Oh, sorry, on the for the Minotaur, I'm using it on Montana, and I'm swapping back to HE, and that AP salvo did like 10,000 damage on the Montana because Montana wasn't saturated. The Azuma, the AP is a little bit disappointing in regards to the long range. You won't score those hit score those high damage numbers with AP shells on battleship usually. It's way better to shoot HE. So here I was most likely very lucky to score the damage on the Montana. Probably hit like something like nose, which I could pan properly, and the nose was saturated. So that was actually decent salvo. You don't rely on that on AP too much. It's the AP shells are disappointing, but against the cruisers, if cruiser gives you broadsides, of course shoot AP, and especially when you saw that with what happened to Minotaur, that was 4 citadels on one salvo. Now I'm going back to north because the ships are pushing, and I notice, okay, there's a Neptune. I was hoping the Neptune will be detected, so a little bit longer, but he had smoke, so he starts picking up. I was immediately again swapping to AP shells, but yeah, we were not detecting him. Unfortunately, Frederick the Grocer died. He lost the fight against the Mogami, and now the Sasho is putting Mogami, and Yoshino is currently fighting with the Mogami. And I just tell you that the Yoshino will lose the fight with the Mogami. So unfortunate, it will be unfortunate, but yeah, the Yoshino gonna lose the fight because he was really low hit points. So I still have Sashio here in front of me, and behind me there's Iowa, who was right now healing up, right? So I'm going back into position because I know the Slava was crossfired from our Delta cap, and my team is pushing to Charlie, right? So the carrier uh, have quite issue with that Kurfürst and Minotaur pushing. So he is focusing those guys, and they finished the Bismarck, which was at the Charlie. So I know that only threat to me, which can one-shot me, is basically the Slava. So I need to be careful on Slava. Otherwise, yeah, I'm fine. So I shot once AP salvo on the Slava, right? I knew I will get behind the island, and you can see one overpan, one ricochet. So the salvo was quite bad. I did nothing. But now I will be focusing Mogami because Mogami is pushing into Asashio, and he's creating troubles for the Asashio. He's basically zoning him, so I need to get rid of him. First salvo was HE, then I swapped AP. I was hoping. Sorry, I was hoping that he will keep angling. He turned in, but when I finally loaded my shells, he was giving a lot of broadsides, so my AP salvo was really nice. And now I'm already, you can see, I don't care. Mogami has 1,000 hit points. Asashio will be able to finish him. or Iowa, and I will focus Neptune immediately. I still kept my AP loaded. Neptune is giving like a lot of broadsides to me, and bam, 3 citadels, 4 hits, 4 full penetration, 1 overpen. Those were 3 citadels, and I'm immediately swapping into HE shells to fight the Slava, right? So the Slava will be the last one. I already have 179,000 damage dealt, and the Slava was killed, and that was end of the game. So let me show you actually the result screen. So you can see 179,000 damage. We scored 7 citadels. We achieved the devastating strike, Dreadnought, and also Confederate, because we damaged more than 6 ships, and we took at least 20% of their hit points. And that gave us more than 1 million credits. I had only those 2 basic economic flags, which reduce the costs, and which are giving you the 50% more credits. So that's really nice. And let me show you also the table, result table, right, with the team standings. And as you can see, I was first on teams on experience in my team, and I earned more than 2,400 experience. So the next thing will be my build. Let me show you my build. But first thing, I want to talk about the armor and why can you sit idly next to the island and bow tank, for example, in this ship, because this is the reason. 25 millimeters fore-end armor belt and 25 millimeters fore-end plating, and also the same happens and the aft end. So, guys, that means that with the overmatch mechanic, every single tier 9 and tier 10 battleship which you will be most likely facing will be capable of overmatching the nose armor and punching straight into your citadel from the front. Yeah, so that's the reason why you can't sit. You need to play this ship like similar way like Zao, basically max range, HE spammer, hiding behind islands and lobbing the shells above the island. That's the proper gameplay. So now let's show you the equipment, right? So the first one, main main armaments modification 1, right? We want the survivability on main battery. The second one, second slot, the damage control system modification 1. In the third slot, the Japanese cruisers are well known in this game for their accuracy. Therefore, aiming system modification 1 to even improve more the accuracy is absolutely amazing. So, and you saw what you can do with AP shells to cruisers, right? You will get like 3-4 citadels with no issues at all, and your citadel damage is a lot because you have quite big caliber of guns, right? You have 305 millimeters or 310 millimeters. Sorry, I was mistaken. For slot, because you need to be sailing constantly and trying to properly angle against battleships. And to make yourself a difficult target, definitely go for the steering gear modification one. Because you want your ship to respond to your commands way faster, so you can angle properly against battleships. Fifth slot, concealment. There is no better one than that one. And the last one, reload time, right? So maybe battery bonification 3 for faster reload. You don't need the range on the Azuma. Like your base range is 19.1 kilometers, and you have a spotter plane which will increase that range for additional 20%. So you have long range. So to like range mode is unnecessary, and you don't want to uh, build the secondary or use the secondary mode, because you won't survive if you get into secondary range. So that's space, that's upgrades. Let's go and check the captain. Right now I have 15 point captain, which I'm now leveling most likely for my Izuma, I believe. So first one, priority target. That's a must. You need to be aware from which direction and who is shooting you and from which direction, right? So you definitely want priority target. Yeah, then expert marksman, uh, to have faster reload of on turrets. Superintendent, for having more heals, more additional spotter plane, and also either hydro or defensive AA. And then concealment. After that one, I went directly to the demolition expert. I will most likely go for the adrenaline rush. Adrenaline rush the next. So well, actually I can already assign it. So let's do it. And now I have 4 points remaining, and not sure what I will go for with those, but I might go exploder, incoming fire alert, to even increase the my awareness when I am being shot at. And the last point can go for to check off all trades. So yeah, I probably go like that. Or if you don't want the incoming fire art and you don't want to go exploder, because from those 1 point skills, the exploder wouldn't be bad at all. Uh, you can go actually, for example, radio location. You don't need to go IFAG. There's no need for you to go IFAG, because you have 52 millimeter pen on your high explosive shells. So it's unlikely that you won't be penning with your HE shells. You can pen even Kremlin deck arm, right? So the 50 millimeters, you don't need more. Trust me, you don't need more. So I would go. You can possibly go radio location as like for 19 point captain, or as I mentioned previously, jack of all trades, expert loader, and probably incoming fire alert. You're not losing. You are not losing the gear that often, and because the playstyle of the Azuma, you are at very long range, trying to farm damage. You won't be hit or focused that often, Therefore, like preventive maintenance isn't okay. So, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the Azuma gameplay. And if you like the video, like it. If you don't, subscribe. And see you later, guys. Bye.